Alright, here we are. The beginning of version 3.5. And what I'm going to be doing today is we're going to be meeting up with Dainsleif again. It's been almost a whole year, and it's that time of year. It's the time of year for us to meet up with Dane, and apparently Kaya is going to be in this one too. Very interesting indeed. Oh, the intertwined fates! I'm so glad that they added this in and then made it so it carries over for all the ones we've already completed in the past as well. Because look at all of the intertwined fates we get from all of these Archon quests that we've done. Oh, we will be reunited. We will. We will one of these days. One of these days. Okay, I have my priorities straight. Update pops in. The very first thing I do is all of these. Getting all of the intertwined fates. So that way when it comes time to pull for another character, like, you know, Kaveh, I'll have wishes. Inversion of Genesis. Oh, that made me cry. Alright, here we are. Today we'll be doing the Archon Quest, Chapter 3, Act 6, Caribert.
There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world.
No such thing as pure freedom in this world. I see. Ia and Sino. I'm still just debating whether I want to pull or not, but I think I will save up for now. I will use these though. I'm looking for a good opportunity. Please give me a 5-star. Or Cookie Shinobu. Give me a character I don't have yet. Or Sucrose. Alright, well. Please, another one? I think that's just it. Yeah. Well, that's okay. Okay. This and the luck from these wishes will determine how lucky we are throughout today's adventure. If there's anything that depends on luck, but who knows? It's all about fate, right? All about fate. Yinjin! Alright, I'll take that. No, okay. That's it for now. What is this? Primo gems! More of them! Perfect. You can never have too many. Wind Bloom's Breath. I'm so excited for the Claymore. The Claymore looks so pretty. And oh, these slime balloons! And a mushroom balloon. Are those Serenity Pot things? Well, that's super exciting. Caribert. This world is filled with those who would oppose fate. While the one who understands fate smiles faintly down upon them, if the one who weaves fate may be born here, then let the one who witnesses fate see it all. As well as Dia's story quest is here too. And Farazan's hangout. Yes, a lot of good stuff to start off with. Destined encounter. Oh, there's like a glow to it there. Destined encounter. Master at Port Ormos is currently worrying himself sick over a letter with an unclear address. Alright. These Archon quests with Dane usually start pretty normally. Like, we're completing a commission for someone, you know, we're sent to do something. And then it completely derails into something completely unexpected. So let's see what happens this time. Wonder! Yeah, last time we did an Archon quest, it was for Wonder. Now he and Nahida and Albedo and Klee are going to go on another Abyss-related adventure, I'm sure. Who knows what's in store here? Well, I know what's in store. We love the Port Ormos music. Me too. Always nice to be back here. Alright. What exactly are we dealing with here? Oh, nighttime.
Huh? Wait, you're that blonde traveler who's on a journey to all corners of Tevat, right?
That would happen to be us.
Do you need something from us?
Yeah.
You bet I do. I was worried I wouldn't be able to find you. I have a letter for you, you see. It's from
Yeah.
another Outlander.
I wonder how letters can
He was
find
a
us when
crafty
we're
fellow, let me
traveling
tell
all
you.
over the place.
Took advantage of a loophole in our mailing system by opting for guaranteed delivery, then filling in the most obscure mailing address I've ever seen.
We're always on the road, so
Just
yeah,
like,
it's pretty tough.
I was
to get
wondering
mail
how
to us unless we
Ayaka
happen
could send
to
a
go
letter
the
to us
post
in
office on a
the
whim.
Inazuma event last time, too. Then it turns out she didn't.
What
That's
address did
how
that
it...
person give you anyway?
How?
He just wrote, next to a small, white-haired talking fairy.
Yeah, that's where we are, always. That's a good address.
So the address is Paimon?
Yeah, exactly, right? And if I'd failed to deliver the letter, I'd have been bound by regulation to compensate him.
Very
Really, he's
crafty
got me
indeed.
good. I count myself very lucky that I ran into you here.
I know, what are the odds, right? I mean, we just happened to be here. Who knows? We could have been off on our way to Fontaine already. And you'd never be able to find us. Let me see this letter. I'm really curious who could have sent it. Great. Well, let me see this letter.
Of course, here it is. All yours.
And you're right, very happy to get it off your hands now.
Paimon wants to have a look too.
Me too. I want to see. Kaya! It's been a while. How have you been? I've heard that the two of you are traveling in Sumeru, and I happen to be in Port Ormos on official business. Lately, I've been stopping by the Jafar Tavern for a drink or two every afternoon. If luck's on my side and this letter successfully reaches you, come to me then and we can catch up on old times. We'll see it as a fated encounter. Well, the term fate has already come up multiple times already, so that's definitely alluding to something.
Kaya, huh? So he's here in Sumeru. Now that Paimon thinks about it, Crafty does describe him pretty well.
This is definitely Kaya's style.
From what he wrote in the letter, it looks like he didn't think there was much chance of it reaching us.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's just being sneaky. Do you think he's making this sound like a miracle of fate
Yeah.
so that we'd have to go meet up with him?
Paimon also noticed it's very suspiciously fateful that this letter made it to us. Well, no harm done. It'll be nice to catch up with him.
Yeah, you're right. It's always nice to see old friends.
Mm-hmm.
The letter says that he hangs out at Jafar Tavern every afternoon. Perhaps we should drop in on him then, huh?
Yeah, sounds good. Why'd it start us at nighttime, though? Suspicious. Caribert. Well, thank you, sir, for going out of your way to deliver the letter.
This was a first for me. It's a good thing luck was on my side.
I mean, I guess he didn't go out of his way since he was, paid to do it, but
Quit following me.
he was given quite the impossible task.
Too slow.
This is probably going to be the first time we actually... I mean, assuming this is a traveler-based Archon quest, we're going to be meeting Dane, and Kaya's here. I think this will be one of the first times we hear Kaya talk about, his connection to Khaenri'ah. In the Hidden Strife event, last summer, we kind of delved a little bit into it, a tiny bit more. We found these letters that Kaya hid in a wall somewhere.
Let's go see him.
Like these scriptures. But now we might hear a little bit from himself. What do you have to say for yourself, Kaya? And also, it's been a
I'll have
while.
something I haven't tried yet, boss.
Sorry, sir. I'm afraid you've already tried every type of liquor we serve.
How long has he been here for? And how much liquor do you serve?
Well then, just the bill, please. That's just as well, I suppose. I do have other matters to attend to.
Like talking with us.
Here. Paimon half thought you were playing some sort of prank on us.
Hey, Paimon, traveler. Looks like the gods smile upon me after all. And come now, I wouldn't joke about wanting to see my good friends.
Yeah, if you say so. Nah, we've missed you too, Kaya.
Wait a second. You must be here on official business, right? you're doing spending every afternoon drinking at the tavern? You itching for a lecture from Jean?
Yeah, that's right.
Not at all. The acting Grand Master positively terrifies me. Why would I ever do anything that might displease her?
Mm-hmm. Very believable. You terrified? I don't buy it.
The truth is, I'm in Sumeru to learn about the alcohol industry here. So
So
despite
drinking
how
from the
it might
tavern is
look,
part of your
I'm
job
actually
today.
at Jafar Tavern for strictly business purposes.
Sure.
Sumeru spices are
Well, I guess
famous
if
the
you come
world
from the
over.
country
It's
that
long
where
been
everybody's
rumored
always
that
drinking
this
all the
fine
time, I guess that
establishment
might be
was
legit
where a
business
certain
here.
very popular spiced cocktail was invented. That's why the Knights sent me, their foremost expert in alcoholic beverages, to come and see if it is as good as the rumors say.
And how did that go?
So far, so good. I'm already in talks with some spice merchants in Port Ormos about some potential collaboration.
Yeah, that does sound like a great business opportunity. Guess Don Winery and Master D-Luke are gonna make a tidy sum from this one too, huh?
Uh-huh. I
Well, let's
assume
not
so.
get ahead of ourselves. Whether this
Oh, but he'll
lucrative
get involved
opportunity
somehow.
gets passed along to Don Winery or not depends on how nice I'm feeling.
I see. That's very true.
Hey, using your job to settle personal grievances isn't very knightly, Captain.
Yeah, it's cavalry captain with no cavalry. I'm guessing you've been to Sumeru before.
Oh? What makes you say that?
You came to Sumeru all on your own, so you must be quite familiar with the place. I mean, we came to Sumeru on our own too, but that's true. We were kind of stumbling all over the place. Whereas Kaya knew exactly where to go, so yeah.
Very sharp of you. I wouldn't say I'm familiar, though. I just came here on the sly once, when I was very young.
Oh, very young. Do tell.
And
Yeah.
continue.
Do continue.
Do I have to? When I said we could talk about the old times, digging up my past wasn't exactly what I had in mind.
Yeah, especially since no one seems to know anything about your past. Don't worry about it though.
Well,
I don't want to
alright,
push.
since you're so interested. Like I said, I was very young then. Don Winery had only just taken me in.
Mm-hmm.
I overheard my adoptive father talk about sending a team of merchants to Sumeru during a business meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you'll agree that everyone's curious about their roots on some level. And my roots? They're in Khaenri'ah, which is said to have been located deep underground,
Oh,
somewhere near Sumeru.
interesting. We've never really gotten lore about... We've never gotten lore about the location of Khaenri'ah. I just assumed it was somewhere outside of Teyvat. Underground, of course, because that's a big deal descriptor of Khaenri'ah. This is reminding me of Fire Emblem Three Houses. You know how, like, the Agarthan base in Shambhala, that's located in the south too, near, in the Leicester Alliance. But here we also have Sumeru, which is also in the south, and we also have, like, ancient technologically advanced fallen civilization located here. Anyway, first time Kaya admitting, though, that his ancestral roots are from Khaenri'ah.
And so I stowed myself away amidst the cargo, and silently joined the merchant delegation on their trip
I don't remember
to
him ever
Sumeru.
telling the traveler this
It
before,
wasn't long before
so
the
I thought
merchant
it
delegation received
must be
news that I'd
surprised
gone
for
missing.
the traveler in
Their leader
Paimon.
promptly found me, and before I knew it, my adoptive father was dragging me back home by the ear.
Okay, so you haven't really been to
It was a
Sumeru
short-lived
before.
adventure. Sorry I don't have a more thrilling story for you.
So speaking of Khaenri'ah, how much do you know about it? Because we're very interested.
Honestly, not much. The only reason I knew that Khaenri'ah was near Sumeru is because I happened to read that in a book when I was young.
Dane, what are you
My
doing?
life had less and less to do with Khaenri'ah as I grew up, and so I started caring less as well. I
Okay,
used to believe that I had inherited some sort of duty from my father. But then I
interesting.
began to wonder. Maybe my father left me in the peaceful land of Mondstadt for no other reason than simply to give me a happier life.
Like, this is all stuff we know from his, like, character story, but I don't recall him ever telling the traveler this. And obviously now Dane is hearing it too, so very interesting.
A happy life sounds good to me, of course, even if it means being cut off from certain things. This is obviously all speculation. Simply put, I'm afraid that I'm not particularly in the know on this topic.
Yeah, that's okay.
These days,
That's already very
my
helpful.
surname, Albrecht, is probably the only link to Khaenri'ah that I have left.
One death afternoon, please, boss.
Invites himself to the table. Alright, Dane. Start interrogating.
Tell me, what do you know about the significance of that name, Albrecht?
It had some link to the royal family.
Dainsleif?
Like they were like
Ah,
usurpers or
you decided to join
something.
us.
I
I
remember.
was wondering how long you planned on listening in. I believe I've seen you before in Mondstadt. Dainsleif, if I'm not
Finally,
mistaken.
they're meeting!
So you remember me. Then we are already acquainted. Kaya Albrecht, descendant of the Abyss Order's founder.
Lore. We're learning more story. Okay, we heard that's news to Kaya as well. Alright, do explain. The Abyss Order?
What?
What? Wait, what? This is
I
actually
take
really
it
cool.
that you weren't aware of this until now, Kaya. Or you wouldn't have been so forthcoming with your surname.
Oh my. That's quite a lot of baggage for a surname, isn't it? Though I must say, it does confirm an old suspicion of mine. I suppose that was why my father left me in Mondstadt after all.
I'm surprised that you take me at my word without the faintest hint of skepticism.
Nah, Dane knows
Well,
everything.
Perhaps what you told me just happens to answer some questions I carry in my memories. And in any case, I recognize your eyes.
Ooh,
You're a
confirmation.
pure-blood Khaenri'ah, aren't
Confirmation that the eyes determine whether they're
Very
from
clever.
Khaenri'ah.
Forgive me for being direct, but I sincerely hope this new knowledge doesn't change anything. If you've already let go of your ties to the past, then keep it that way.
Kaya, you're not involved with the Abyss Order in any way, are you?
Of course he isn't.
Hey, hold on now. This conversation has taken a rather sudden turn for the deadly serious. And I'm afraid that as someone from Mondstadt, I'm not accustomed to this sort of atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
So what if I know my ancestry? Do I strike you as the type who would be bound by that kind of thing?
Not at all.
Relax. I'll be just as delighted to hunt down the Abyss Order tomorrow as I have always been.
I mean, in his character story, it kind of does delve a little bit into Kaya's inner conflict of when the time comes, if Khaenri'ah and Mondstadt went to war with each other, would he go with the side of the family that abandoned him or the family that raised him, right? So, but I think he would choose Mondstadt. The fact that he has stayed the way he has, and also when he went back to Diluc after their father died, you know, I think that indicates that I don't think Kaya is going to betray us for Khaenri'ah. I trust you.
Either way, looks like we're out of time. I've got a spice merchant to meet in a minute.
Oh, he shoots
so I'll
up.
leave the three of you to carry on the conversation without me.
Thank you very much, though, Kaya. I'm so sorry that this got really awkward, but I really appreciate the very important
around.
lore that has been
And Dainsleif,
dropped.
no need to
Thanks.
listen in from the sidelines
Thanks
next time we
to
meet.
uh,
Let
what
me
you
buy
know.
a drink.
when will Dainsleif meeting Albedo next? I want to see what he has to
Don't really trust
to say
me,
about
Dane.
Albedo
You're
next.
both from Khaenri'ah, but you get on like oil and water.
The fact is, I still do not know him well. It would be meaningless for me to jump to conclusions. But can a person truly be unaffected by their ancestry? This remains to be seen.
Yeah, also confirm. Oh, that makes sense. Why Dainsleif's, the star shape in his eyes is more clear than in Kaya's. And all the other people from Khaenri'ah we've seen, like Piero and Halfdan, you can clearly make out like the star. Actually, I couldn't really see in Piero in the video. I'll be honest, but it's like all dark in that video. But anyway, like you can, for Dainsleif and Halfdan, you can clearly see the star shape in their eye, whereas for Kaya, you can kind of see one, but it's kind of blurry. But that would make sense if it's like, oh, that's a trait of like being full-blooded from Khaenri'ah, versus like having that passed down from generations of hundreds of years ago. So you said that Albrecht founded the Abyss Order. I thought my sibling was the founder. I don't think. Did we ever think there's a sibling? I guess we did. I always thought Lumine was just kind of like like the CEO, but the CEO doesn't have to be the founder, right? That kind of thing.
Well, I suspect that they call your sister their princess precisely because there is a succession of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so if she was the founder, she'd be the queen, right?
I guess it's not a. I'm guessing here it's not gonna be a blood related succession. But I'm still very curious with the fact that our sister is recorded in Irminsul and we aren't, which indicates some difference between the two of us in terms of belonging to this world. Anyway, what are you doing here?
I mean to investigate the Loom of Fate. Do you remember
Yes,
that name?
it shows up in the Traveler's
Abyss
character story list as something that I can't read yet. The Loom of Fate had something to do with like turning Osile into a god and like other weird things with like the statue. And anyway, you got a new lead?
Not new. Not exactly. My memories suffer from erosion. But while I was recovering my health
that makes
recently,
sense.
I suddenly remembered something. Your sister. She mentioned the Loom of Fate back when we traveled together.
All the way back then? So that was already a thing several centuries ago. I'm just still so curious to find out what is Lumine's involvement in this? If Aether and Lumine are supposed to be outsiders from this world, how did she get so deeply entwined into this conflict that takes place between the people of this world? So ingrained, like to be like such a foundational figure in the Abyss Order. Anyway, all the way back then?
Apparently so. I was also quite surprised when these memories tallied up. I recall that we were traveling to Sumeru when the matter was brought up.
I wonder if this is when she met the
So, you're going to
Aranara.
the place that she
No,
mentioned
probably
back
not,
then.
because I don't remember Dane being involved with the Aranara. But
Correct.
there's definitely
At
hints that
time,
Lumine
they
was
must have been
Nara
introduced
Varuna.
in one way or another to this concept. If I recall correctly, we were somewhere in a Vidya forest then.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go! Maybe we'll discover some secret that's lain hidden for hundreds of years!
No. Now is not the time.
Yeah, what if we accidentally fall into Khaenri'ah? Now that we know that it's under Sumeru somewhere, I guess that would make sense though if Irminsul is also somewhere here. Like somewhere, we don't know where. But Irminsul and Khaenri'ah, like these like far off but very special places seem to be linked to this land. Are you concerned about the Abyss Order? Or are we waiting for the perfect moment?
No, it's just... I'm still waiting for my drink.
Oh. Of course. We met Dane. We met Dane when he was getting a drink in Mondstadt, and of course, he hasn't had a drink in a few Archon quests. So he's probably, missing that. Now, is this in the cave or on top of the cave? I bet it's in the cave. Is it in the cave? Nope, it's on top of the cave. Okay. There's a few characters that we hardly ever see Dainsleif talking with our other friends. This is the first time we've seen him talking with Kaya. Like I said, I'm interested also in him talking with Albedo. I want to know if he knows anything about Gold, because I'm really interested in learning more about her. And also, you know what? I do want to see what happened if he interacted with any of the Archons, and maybe also Wanderer too. Also, it sounded like there was something attacking me. Oops.
This place, it's familiar.
What
Yeah?
about it? It looks pretty normal to Paimon. Was it like this hundreds of years ago too?
That's a very long
Yes.
time to keep this field
The
empty like
forest has
this.
barely changed
Oh, the
from how I
forest.
remember it. There is
Like, not
very
this
little
field.
human activity here after all. Let's search the area and see what we can find.
It would be helpful if we knew what we were looking for.
Is this a field? It must belong to whoever owns that house over there. But it looks like it's been abandoned for a long time. You could be forgiven for thinking nothing was ever grown here. Or, wait, maybe nothing ever was grown here.
That'll be a little bit creepy to have an empty field that looks like it's been tilled.
It's an
I have no
extinguished
food in it.
bonfire. Forest rangers, perhaps? Looks like it's been ages since it was last lit. And clearly they put it out carefully to prevent a forest fire, too. That's responsible.
Nothing else stands out in this area. All that's left is that building. Come on.
Wait,
Okay.
we're just gonna go barging in? What if someone's home?
Paimon, we do this
Unlikely.
all the time.
There are no signs of life in this area. We should be able to enter without incident.
What if we meet an Aranara?
Well, you lead the way then, Dane.
Yeah. Oh, it's cool though to be adventuring with Dainsliff again. It's been a while. It's been a while, and it seems like we're gonna get some really interesting lore from here as well. All right, empty.
So there really isn't anyone home. Ugh, this place is so dusty. Paimon bets no one's lived here in years.
Yeah,
Investigate
very long time.
carefully. We mustn't miss a single detail.
Okay, I won't.
This bed looks pretty ordinary. Huh. There's nothing underneath it either. What sort of person would want to live here? It's so dark and damp. Can't be
Well,
all that
maybe it wasn't
comfortable.
so dark and damp when it was new, but nobody's been living here, so no one's been cleaning it. Okay.
There's a box over here. Why don't we open it? And by we, Paimon means you. I'm just scared that whatever's inside might bite her fingertips off.
I love scared Paimon and very smug Ether. They've just been making Ether very, very sassy lately. What in the world is going through your head? You sure are going places with your paranoia.
Huh? This is a mirror. It's broken too. Was this a makeup
I
box?
saw this mirror in the trailer, but it looked like Ether was holding it up slowly, as if like he was afraid to see what's in it or something. It's just a regular mirror that is broken.
That's kinda disappointing. Paimon was hoping we'd uncover some super big secret, especially after Dane talked this place up.
Well, oh, Dane's lips is just in the back there. He's like, he's just staring. Paimon's like, yeah, Dane, I thought this is gonna be super cool. And he's like, well, whatever.
Hey, look! It's a bowl! Guess whoever used
It's
to
like,
live here liked to cook, huh?
A mortar
Can't
and
you smell
pestle.
it? There's a heavy scent of medicinal
Yeah,
herbs
it's for
in here.
mashing up herbs and
so
stuff.
it's a medicine bowl? Seems you're right. You've got a good nose on you, Dane.
Alright. All the clues.
Doesn't look like there's anything else worth our attention here. You sure we're in the right place, Dane?
Well, he never said it'd be noteworthy, he just said it was familiar.
My memories are quite foggy, but my subconscious and instincts both assert that something once happened here. But we'll exhaust ourselves if we search aimlessly. I hear noises outside. Let's go and check.
Noises? Is it?
Is it?
It's not much. Just some minor adversaries.
Oh, of course. Now, if it's going to be hilly trolls, I might be a little concerned about that, because considering the last time we met Dane in Requiem of the Echoing Depths, and we learned all the things. The hilly trolls are from Khaenri'ah. Okay, good. It's just slimes, and they were like transformed into monsters.
Wow, Dane's ears are sharp, just like his nose. Surprisingly good shape for a 500-year-old.
Agreed.
Although for someone who's as full of surprises as Dane, it's hardly a big deal. Anyway, let's beat up these monsters.
Let's beat 'em up.
Burst forth.
Come on.
see everything. Jumpy, dumpy, go!
Okay. So the slimes are here. They usually get
I
lured
doubt
by
that
something.
the appearance of those monsters was wholly random. There must be something nearby that attracted them.
Yeah,
A
for
ley
sure.
line anomaly, perhaps.
Well, there was a ley line anomaly here
That seems to be
recently
more than
in
that.
Khaenri'ah
Okay.
story quest.
I'll go slightly further out to investigate any issues with the nearby ley lines.
Mm-hmm.
I might be a while. You should wait for me here.
What?
Okay.
You're going alone? You better not be trying to keep some secret from us.
He keeps lots of
Your
secrets. We still
suspicions
don't
are
know
as
where
banal as they
the
are unwarranted.
eye
I
of
merely
the
think
field
that this
tiller.
house should remain the focus of our investigation, and as such, someone ought to stay here and keep an eye on it. Not to mention that if even forest rangers are capable of investigating ley lines, I will be more than able to handle it alone.
We've never seen Dainsler's power. I bet he's super powerful,
Guess we'll just camp out here then.
but he doesn't remember.
Good thing there's a fireplace over there. Let's make ourselves something to eat. All this running around has made Paimon real hungry.
Alright. Yeah, let's get some food. I mean, here's the thing though. Just as easily, you know, Dane could keep watch at the house and we go out. And normally that's what happens, is the NPC stays behind and we go do the hard work. But here we're the ones cooking the food and staying behind. So I'm wondering of what does this signal? What does this mean? What does this mean? I don't know, but Jumpy Dumpty is gonna light the fire.
Your cooking is as good as ever. Even if there was no other reason, the food alone would be enough for Paimon to stick with you.
All the explosions. Aww. Every time this music plays, it's just so nostalgic. It's bittersweet. Well, freeloading comes more naturally to you than most. No, you're easy to please.
Changing the subject, Dane's taking forever. He said that there might be an issue with the nearby ley lines. How
The
bad
ley
do you think
lines-
it could be?
The ley lines are connected to Irminsul, so I
We came
wonder
together, but
if what we did with
now it's back to
Irminsul
just
has
being the
any
two of us
effect,
again.
like, on
You know,
the ley lines
now
in
that
terms of,
Paimon
like,
mentions it,
this right here.
We really have spent lots and lots of time together,
In
haven't
terms
we?
of their interacting with them.
So, don't take this the wrong way or anything, but, do you ever get tired of Paimon being around?
No, of course not. Although I do find it a little suspicious you're asking me that in such a serious fashion in a very, very important Archon quest. But no, of course not. You're our best friend, Paimon. And this trip, just like we said at the Lantern Rite, this trip would be, this journey would be very lonely without you. Nice to have a companion like Paimon. And Paimon does look out for us in her own silly way. Maybe she's always trying to cook slimes and do, like, silly things. But Paimon's never left our side, and she always tries to help us. So yeah, you make my day every day, Paimon.
Oh, you stop it! Now you're
But I am
embarrassing
curious, what's gonna,
Paimon.
what is
So,
Paimon?
next question.
Like, Paimon's just a
Don't know if
floaty
it's okay
thing
to
next
ask
to
this,
us. Like
but
who is Paimon?
What was it like traveling with your sister?
Oh, finally the real questions. Aw, Ether.
The stars?
We know very little about who Ether is, even. Just think, we've been going around with this traveler for so long. And yet, all we know about him from his past is that he and his sister used to go and travel different worlds. Different worlds. Different universes, almost. They went from place to place and they were stars in the sky. Like who are you? Like, I'm glad we have this moment here to kind of address this. Who are you, Ether? Like, are they even human? I mean, they are alien to this world, yes, but like, just think about it. We know so little about how did they get that power to travel and why were they traveling together. And more importantly, what happened that was so important that Lumine decided to stay here after being a traveler for so long? We'd gaze at the stars just like this, and we point at the planets we wanted to visit.
Wow.
Oh, Paimon. I like when we can do this and we finally get to take a step back from, because meeting all the new people, getting to know all the characters in the game, seeing what kinds of adventures we can go on, all the events and everything. It's so much fun, it makes the experience. But once a year we get to come back to the main story, to the main reason Ether and Paimon are on this journey. And it's just very mind-boggling. Just imagine being that powerful enough to go to any place you wanted to and visit all the people there and meet them there. We traveled through the universe, always by each other's side. We saw all manner of hope and despair. This is the first time we've been separated. If nothing else, I just want to know what happened.
Yeah. Paimon understands. Being separated without even knowing the reason why, it's just terrible. But we'll find the truth together. Sure as Paimon's your guide. Just you wait, Heavenly Principles, and you too, Teyvat.
Yeah! Just you wait, Heavenly Principles, and you too, Teyvat! One of these days, though, we're gonna have to learn a bit more about who is Paimon, too. Who is Ether and who is Paimon? We play as these characters. The main characters. We don't even really know who they are or what they're doing here.
You know what? We've talked too long about this sad stuff. Let's talk about something happy instead.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're sad, Paimon will be too.
Oh, thank you, Paimon.
Alright. It's getting dark, so why don't you rest? Paimon will take first watch. Don't worry, no monster's gonna come and eat you up.
Where are we camping? Like, do we have like a sleeping bag, or are we sleeping on the dark and damp bed up there? Well, this is a first. Paimon not going to bed before me?
Oh, come on! Don't say
Okay,
that.
this is very...
Paimon just
Aww,
wants to look after you for once.
that's so sweet. I hope nothing bad happens because Paimon took the first watch and not us. Alright, thank you.
Nighty-night. Go on, shoo! Off to sleep!
Memories of your sibling fill your mind as you fall soundly asleep. Memories? Do we get to see the memories? I still hear Sumeru music, so I assume we're still here.
Hey, time to wake up. The sun has risen.
Well, you're back, aren't you? Where were you last night, Dane? Dane?
What a deep sleeper. You do know that we need to... Tear stains. You dreamed of your sibling last night, didn't you? All right. Rest here a bit longer then. I'll head into the forest to investigate.
Aw. Dane knew our siblings, so he probably knows how important she is to us. Huh? Why are you going back into the forest? Where's Paimon? How did I sleep till morning? Why didn't Paimon wake me up to switch shifts? Hang on a moment. Where is Paimon anyway? Dane. Dane, what did you do to Paimon? I vaguely remember Dane coming over. Did Paimon go into the woods with him, seeing how I hadn't woken up yet? Whatever the case, looks like it's just me for now. Guess it's time to stretch my limbs and have a look around. Uh-oh. Wait, did that noise come from inside the house? Paimon, is that you? This isn't the time for hide and seek. No reply. I should go inside and check. Well, thankfully, it's star-crossed night. Oh, definitely star-crossed. Because, you know, it's like Ether and Lumine fated to never find each other again. Fate will always just pull them apart even when they're right in front of each other. Okay, if this is not a field for growing crops, what is this? What is in here? I hope it's not like... Uh-oh. Do you notice something? We're in a domain of some sort. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, that's actually really scary. It's kind of it's really scary when you're in a place that's supposed to be normal and you have this feeling that something's wrong. And then you realize you're trapped in a place that feels very normal but very quiet. I hope there's not like bodies buried under here or something. Like, why is there a field here with no that hasn't ever had crops in it before? But there's crops here. Okay, that makes me feel a little better. Oh no, we're in a domain. We're in a domain. We're in a domain. What? What? Dane, where did you go? Dane, don't leave us here. Why is this actually making me so scared? Okay. Paimon. Paimon, what is... I don't like that the normal Sumeru music is playing here. Okay, actually, I do and I don't like it. It feels comforting to know it's here. What?
Halt! What do you think you're doing?
You startled me! Are we still dreaming? Wait. It said that Ether was dreaming about his sibling. What if these are Lumine's memories? That's why Dane is here, but Paimon isn't.
This place is not whatever you think it is. Nor should you be poking your nose into my business. Begone!
First of all, different outfit than we've seen before in an NPC. Second of all, very Khaenri'ah styled. Third of all, now I'm suspicious and I can't really see from here, but does he have the star-shaped eyes too? Anyway, well, just calm down. I'm only here to look for my traveling companion.
Your travel companion? You mean the one that was keeping watch by your side last night?
He has the star-shaped eyes.
Your companion departed for the forest early this morning. That much I saw with my own eyes.
Why are you laughing, dude? I thought so. Still, I don't know if I can trust this person's word just yet. So you mean to say that you were nearby last night?
What business is that of yours, hmm? All you need to know is that I claimed this place first, and what I do here is none of your concern.
Okay.
Do I make myself quite clear? Leave.
I'm not here because I particularly want to be, but sure. There's something strange about this person. I need to find out what he's hiding.
Well, what are you waiting for?
I don't think you can beat Ether in a fight, so you better listen to Ether. I don't think I'll have much luck trying to find my companion in the woods. I think I'm better off waiting here for them to come back. Notice...
Must. Suit yourself.
Notice companion was them. Because if it was he or she, it would determine whether it was Dainsleif or Paimon that is being referred to there.
I've been observing you, and you don't look like a forest ranger, nor someone from the
Okay,
academia.
this guy sounds a little bit nuts.
Still, I'm warning you, no funny business. Promise me that, and you can do as you please.
Hehehe, ha ha ha. There's something up with this guy. I'm no villain, nor will I pretend to be a saint. Yeah, that's right. Sassy Ether, as always.
Okay, fine. Whatever. Just move aside. I'm heading in.
May I join you? I was out here all night. I'm cold.
You...
This guy's from Khaenri'ah, for sure.
Oh, go on then. Have it your way. I knew I wasn't going to be able to hide this anyway. Just come in. But
Just
no
come in.
overreacting to anything you see in here, okay? You understand?
Yeah, I got it. Relax. I've been around. It takes a lot to phase me. That's right. We have been through so much in this game, and this is starting to scare me a little bit too. But don't worry. If you don't want me to react, I will stay nice and calm.
Come on, then.
Fortune mocking pedigree. We are still in a domain. Okay, Sumeru City is still there, but we know that Sumeru City was still here 500 years ago. Because we saw that in Nahida's character teaser. Okay, so the whole world looks the same. But then again, Dane made a huge point about everything looks the same as it did when he was here hundreds of years ago. So it makes sense that the map hasn't changed. I think this might be Lumine's memories. Billy Churl. Hey, no overreacting, Ether, remember? Why do you keep a hilly churl at home? And if we call it a hilly churl, this will probably determine what era this scene takes place in.
Mind your own business. Don't worry. He isn't aggressive. How could he be? He was too young for anything like that.
Oh no, this is going to be very, very sad, isn't it? Because this hilly churl is probably somebody that this guy cared about. Because they're both from Khaenri'ah.
So don't you lay a finger on him. Just find yourself a corner to rest if you're tired or cold.
You're from Khaenri'ah, aren't you?
Huh?
Your eyes.
You know Khaenri'ah? Who are you, exactly? And how do you know I'm from Khaenri'ah?
I'm just a traveler. I've met others from Khaenri'ah. Your clothes and your eyes. Yes, those are the two things I noticed too.
Do you worship a god, traveler?
Ooh, interesting choice. I follow no god. In fact, I count some of them as my foes. Or, I follow no god, though I count some of them as my friends. I do count some of them as my friends. But, this does bring up an interesting point. Someday, I do believe we will be entering Khaenri'ah, and we will learn about what happened here. Or happened in Khaenri'ah with the Archons. And when that happens, how will I feel about the Archons that I have thought were my friends? Except for Nahida, who was not there. But this seems to be the first one seems to be the safe answer. To talk to this person who is very erratic.
Sounds like you've had an eventful life. All right, well, my name is Ida. And you are correct. I was once Khaenri'an.
I wonder if this guy is crazy because he's on the verge of turning into a hilly troll too.
I apologize for my earlier hostility, but you must understand, as far as I'm concerned, humans who do not worship the Seven are nigh extinct. And all who place faith in the gods are my enemies.
That sounds a little black and white. It's not that simple, for sure. But once again, we're talking with somebody who's very, very erratic. So I'm going to pick the other option, spoken like a true Khaenri'an.
That may be. But the fact is that chances to talk to people like yourself have been few and far between since the cataclysm.
Cataclysm.
This wretched curse of immortality. Who knows how long I must continue to suffer like this?
Yes. The curse of immortality, which we are very aware of from Dainslift. What is the curse of immortality exactly? I take it that's how you survived for so long?
The curse. It was a little gift given to the people of Khaenri'ah by those vile gods. We lost our home, our loved ones, everything. The agony of the cataclysm itself was already too much to bear, but then came the curse, robbing us any chance of release.
Destruction
All
of
we can
natural
do
order
is
for them.
watch helplessly as our souls erode and our bodies decay.
So Aida is just like Dane, someone who bears the curse of immortality. Thank you, Ether, for asking a question that I've actually been wondering for a long time about people like Dane and Piero, which is, why did some people turn into the Hilly Trails while you were inflicted by this curse instead? Like, you're still human-ish.
Because, although Khaenri'ah began with a single bloodline, it was a home to others too. Any who forsook their gods and came to Khaenri'ah were welcomed as our fellow citizens. When the cataclysm came, we pure-blood Khaenri'ans were declared the greater sinners.
The greater
Upon us,
sinners.
the gods placed the curse.
Not just great, they're greater.
Immortality.
I see.
But those whose ancestry belonged to the domains of other gods were punished with the curse of the wilderness as they fled, turning them into monsters.
That's actually very... okay. We're getting a huge lore drop here. So all the people... I mean, we already knew from last time, all the people, all the Hilly Trails were basically innocent people punished after the Khaenri'ah cataclysm. But now we know there was like a different punishments issued to different people. So, and also, why do the pure-blooded Khaenri'ans have star shapes in their eyes? Like, is there like an actual like lore reason for that, or was it just like some genetic thing? So who is this Hilly Trail to you?
He is Caribert, my illegitimate son. How times have changed. I can say that out loud with no consequence now, but it was once a matter of unspeakable shame. I was a noble of Khaenri'ah. I resented the life that my family had arranged for me. And then, one day, I met a beautiful woman amongst the people. Her roots were in Mondstadt, but that mattered not to me. It was love at first sight. Caribert faced great hardship from the very moment of his birth. All due to my selfish desires, and I was never able to be there by his side for any of it. After all that, he turned into a Hilly Troll right before my very eyes. I always owed him much, and now at least I can finally be close to him.
That's actually really sad. What happened to his mother? I don't think we want to know the answer, considering what we have done with many Hilly Trails, Ether.
She was. We were separated. I do not wish to dwell on it.
I'm sorry.
It could be worse. I suffer the pain of loss because I once had everything I could wish for. And now that I have lost almost everything, the little that remains I see with new clarity. If nothing else, at least I still have Caribert.
Okay. I'm still emotionally and informationally processing this. With every story, we learn a little bit more about the disaster that happened in Khaenri'ah. And yes, in fact, this does make me question a little bit about the gods we know and love to hang out with. Like, with the exception of Nahida, who is not there. Did all of them agree to do this? Or was there like some sort of vote? Cause these are some pretty horrible things. But what this guy says is true. It's like, only when you've had something before do you feel the pain of having lost it. What do you plan to do now?
Yes, that reminds me. I only returned here to check on Caribert, but I do have other things I wish to do. You may come with me, if you're so inclined.
So we know the Hilly Churls, wear masks to hide their true faces. And we know that there was a mirror in this box that has been shattered. And any time in a video game when the entire chapter is named after a person, that usually signals something not great for them. Although, you know what, even after Requiem of the Echoing Depths, I don't even know why we still fight Hilly Trolls. Like, I feel really bad for them. And this just makes me feel worse, because, like, he's, like, saying, don't touch him, he's never done anything wrong. And, like, yeah, I know. I'm sorry, I just need to get the materials for, like, to level up certain characters, otherwise I wouldn't. Alright, a crafting bench, what are you going to use this for?
I'm sure you're wondering why I brought Caribert here to Sumeru.
Yes.
Well, it's because he needs a medicine that can only be made here.
Okay.
One which will help him to recover his clarity of mind.
Recover his clarity of mind? When we were in the chasm, Dane said that the curse could not be undone. Is recovery really possible? Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. We saw the Abyss Lector turn on that machine, and all of the black serpents and all the Hilly Trails were just in, like, so much pain, and even Dane's left. And Dane said it's because you can't undo the curse. It's become such an integral part of their bodies. To remove it now, to be like, to destroy any bit of what's left of them and their sanity.
I do not hope to break the curse. I am well aware of my powerlessness against the punishment of the gods. But it is said that this medicine is imbued with the power of Sumeru's god of wisdom and can awaken the mind from a state of deep stupor. It has been used in the past to treat cases of mania.
Okay, so once again, still trying to figure out what era we're in right now. We're in some sort of domain or some story locked thing, like when we were in the Sub-Zero's festival, and if this is the present day, then sure. But up until we freed Nahida, nobody really knew about the God of Wisdom, except for I guess there were some people. Like there's a few people who Nahida, through her powers with the Akasha, was able to. It's true, she was able to kind of quell the madness from a lot of the mad scholars, and she was also able to reach out to the children of Sumeru. So her power is in this land, and has been even for hundreds of years, and does in fact do that. It does help with cases of mania. That being said, I'm still trying to just wrap my head around this.
I believe that it might just work.
Where did you hear of this?
I read about it in a book. From the Royal Library of Khaenri'ah. It was banned. I mean, since this medicine requires the power of the seven to work.
And that brings up another thing. Another, like, I guess not even a theory, but like a question I had, which was like, I wonder if... I'm guessing that people from Khaenri'ah did not have visions. They did not have visions because the visions were gifts from the seven. Or supposedly gifts from the gods. We still don't really know what visions are in terms of how they're distributed. Because they don't appear to be directly distributed by the gods, but are they still like... It's like an acknowledgement of the god's power? But any of the archons we've talked to, they're like, well, I don't really know about distributing visions. I don't do that myself personally. But I'm guessing that people in Khaenri'ah did not have visions. And they could still have just as much ambition and conviction and still not have a vision. I wonder then if they had some sort of technology that would be akin to the delusions that the Fatui had. Because if Khaenri'ah was a more advanced civilization than the technology the Fatui have now, I wonder if the Fatui created the delusions to mimic some sort of technology from Khaenri'ah. That would make sense to me because I feel like the people in Khaenri'ah would have some sort of power to equal the gods, because that's the whole thing about them, is they're trying to show they can have a mighty nation without a patron god. And if that's the case, I wonder if this is the part that is theory, is what they have had some sort of technology akin to visions, but not with the same sort of like life-draining effect as the delusions. Just a thought. There's no evidence to this, but it does kind of put together some of the history stuff we know. But yes, okay, confirmation stuff from the gods completely banned in Khaenri'ah because they don't follow the gods and they have nothing to do with them. Thank you very much.
In my youth, I disliked the life of nobility and craved excitement. I was leafing through some forbidden text and happened upon it.
You know, there must have been a reason it was banned. Well, yeah, he said the reason it was banned. It's because they're heretics, and anything that, everything they do has to be blasphemous, and so if they do anything that relates to the gods, it's banned. It's like the opposite of blasphemy. No, wait, it is blasphemy. It's the opposite of, I'm losing track. It sounds dangerous. That's more like it.
What other choice do I have? What exactly would you have me do, huh? The gods have already punished us. What does one more sin matter now?
Like I said, I'd really like to address more about, talk with our Archon friends about this. We kind of talked to Zhongli about it in his second story quest, and he's like, sorry, I can't tell you anything about it, it's a contract. And then we kind of talked to A about it in her second story quest, but we didn't really ask her about, well, she was talking about losing her sister, so it really wasn't the right time. But she did mention that she didn't see our sister. But we also don't have her opinion on the war in Khaenri'ah. And Nahida wasn't there, and we haven't talked to Venti about it. But I don't know. I think everyone's still hiding information that the instant it gets revealed, the puzzle is just going to come together. Also, notice something here. The field is not tilled like it was earlier. But I don't know if that's just like a graphics thing or what. I understand, but no matter what, you have to try.
Never mind. As long as you understand. I'm sorry. I struggle to take control of my moods.
Yeah, I can tell.
Perhaps a consequence of having lived too long.
Yeah, probably.
As it happens, I am in dire need of some help to make this medicine.
Okay.
My hands don't have the dexterity they once did. I fear they may be decaying from within. All thanks to this curse of immortality. Okay. To start with, take this ingredient.
It's like a cassava mushroom, but red. A mushroom. I've never seen this kind of mushroom before. I mean, the thing about the Khaenri'ahs with their curse of immortality also very much illustrates all the. Do you really want to live a longer life when that life is an empty life? And that makes me wonder how the Archons feel and other like immortal characters, like Scaramouche, and actually a lot of the Harbingers, a lot of the Harbingers, and the Archons. How do they maintain any sort of sanity from living hundreds of years? The erosion applies to them too. Maybe not as quickly as it does to humans, but.
Also, do you have any of Sumeru's regional specialties on hand?
Yes, I do.
I believe they're
okay,
called
the field still
Call
is
Lotuses
tilled.
and
Field
Sumeru
tiller,
roses.
I noticed. I've picked some before.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, in that case, we have everything we need. This is the method for making the medicine.
Right, this
You
must be
just
what that
need to follow
bowl
the
was
steps.
in the house. I'm surmising this is not. Can mushrooms really grow in a field like this? Synthesize the nameless taboo medicine of the royal court. It's not. Well, it's not of the royal court. The royal court banned it, but sure. Earth and water, wind and fire, craft for. This is not the same as the alchemy bench. Okay, maybe it is the same as the alchemy bench. I'm still trying to figure out whether we're dreaming or not. Is this a dream or is this real? The sickness on to near death. Okay.
Is it done? Splendid.
Oh, characters like
Let me
Alice
see.
and Klee as well. Other characters that live for a really long time. And Albedo.
In all honesty, I do not know what the end product is supposed to look like. The banned book didn't feature any illustrations.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Well, the moment has finally arrived. Curses.
Curses? Well, I mean, you are cursed. Is it time to give Caribert the medicine? But Aether says, excuse me here? And I need to keep up the sassy Aether look. And also, what do you mean curses?
No. We need to perform one final step to complete the medicine.
Okay.
I said before that this medicine relies
Oh,
on the
okay, it's
power
okay.
of
We'll
the
just
God
infuse it
of
with
wisdom
dendro
for its
power.
restorative effects.
Don't worry, we have dendro power.
Which means we must pay a visit to a statue of the Seven.
Ouch, that can't be easy for someone from Khaenri'ah. I understand your reluctance. Since he needs the God of Wisdom's power, should I get Nahida to help? Forget it. Ida hates the gods. It could complicate things. I'll just do it his way. We are avoiding everything that could tell us what era we're in. Because going to go find Nahida, we could find out whether she's still in jail or not.
Let's go. Bring the medicine with you.
Because I don't know if we're still dreaming or not. I don't... What is this? I just realized my whole team is composed of immortal or very long-living characters. You think about it, Klee could be like 100 years old. We don't know.
This statue. How can I bow before this thing?
Oh, you don't need to bow before
God
it.
of wisdom, look at me.
Oh,
I will
notice
utter
that the
no
statue's
prayer,
not repaired
nor
yet.
will
It
I
does not has not
sing
been
your
affected
praises.
by our offerings yet.
Your kind destroyed my home.
Now, do you want the power or not?
Unfathomable
We can just keep it very
suffering on my
neutral
compatriots,
here.
yet Here I stand before you.
Keep it neutral.
You cannot mock me more than fate itself already has. God of wisdom, I seek not to disavow myself of the sinful
There you
blood
go.
that flows through my veins. I wish only to beseech you to have pity upon a young and unfortunate soul, my son, Caribert. He was turned into a monster before he had the chance to witness anything beautiful in this world.
This
This
guy,
is
I
no
feel really
fate
bad for him.
For a child. If everything the gods have done was in order to have the impious people of Khaenri'ah bow their heads, then I bow to you now. I have given up all I ever stood for. All I ask is for a tiny miracle. For Caribert to see this world once more. Please, God. I beg of you.
I may not know the whole truth behind the cataclysm, but the people of Khaenri'ah have truly suffered. Why could Khaenri'ah and the Seven not coexist in peace? I'm sure that'll be a question answered in the future.
I have made quite enough of a fool of myself for one day. Let's go.
Things will get better. Yeah. I really am at a loss. I did not know what to expect for this. I just did not know what to expect, and sure enough, I got something I was not expecting. Every bit of... going back to the Khaenri'ah storyline and trying to figure out more about Lumine and the past here is such a big thing in this game that I always want to learn more about, and that's the whole journey of playing through this game for years and years and years as it updates. But it always hits me with something emotional like this. Right, here, medicine.
Caribert?
The hilly trail seems almost lifeless. Its reactions to everything are incredibly weak.
Well, we've prepared the medicine. We might as well try it.
With your help, Aida feeds the newly made medicine to the hilly trail.
Caribert, it's me. It's your father. Caribert.
Anything?
Caribert, please say something. I'm sorry I couldn't be at your side when you were born. And that I failed to reach you and Mama in time when you both were suffering.
This music is
But I'm here now.
not fitting for
Papa's
a
been
moment.
by your side all these years. I've never left you, not once. Are you still angry with me, Caribert? I know you're awake now. Do you not want to talk to me?
I feel so bad. I imagine that if Caribert could say something, he would tell his father not to worry. But we'll never know that if he doesn't say it. And this man has gone absolutely insane trying to find a little bit of sanity for both himself and his son. That's the painful part, is like when you lose every bit of what makes you yourself. That's such a great loss. That how do you recover from that?
I'm so sorry, Caribert. Forgive me. Please, say something, anything. Please. Please.
I had to stop. It didn't work.
Oh, gods above! What more do you want from me? You took everything from here, and I still bowed to you. I'd give you my very life if only you cared to take it. But you won't even let me die. I knew it. I should never have trusted anything that had to do with the gods. I was just deluding myself. The gods of this world have never stood with humanity, not even for a moment.
Calm down, Ide. There might be other reasons it didn't work.
Other reasons? What do you mean?
Such as, who knows? Perhaps the dosage was too low. Or maybe it takes a full course of treatment.
Huh. You really think so?
You have to exhaust all options unless you're ready to give up on Caribert.
Give up? No, never. And yes, you're right. I cannot let myself wallow in despair. Even if I must stay here with him for 50 years, 100, what difference does it make? I do not lack for time.
You do not lack for time. Come to think of it, Ether, how old are you? That's the spirit, I'll keep helping you. To have infinite time yet no hope can only be called torture.
Let's go. We'll make another dose.
Uh-huh.
The most crucial ingredient in this medicine is the unusual mushroom, which makes things complicated, but not impossible.
Where did you get those mushrooms from anyway?
I grow them in that field.
Wait, in a field? Like a crop?
The details don't matter, right? Curb your curiosity and just do as I instruct. If you truly wish to help me, that is how you can do it.
Ironically, I wasn't really that... Oh, I was a little curious. I wasn't suspiciously curious until you said curb your curiosity. But okay.
There is a waterfall near the statue I prayed at. I need you to collect some water from there around 2 in the afternoon.
Sure, very
I'll
specific.
be here watching Caribert. Once you're back, I will make some fertilizer for the mushrooms.
Got it.
Good. Then please head over when the time comes.
What are you growing in there? Go to the waterfall to fetch some water. This is very ironic that he has to make a medicine related to the power of the gods, and yet what it actually takes is the most human strength of all, which is resilience. How much more are you willing to endure? How much more are you willing to go through again and again and again to be able to get something that you so truly desire? Resilience. Strange mushroom watering water. Of course, very helpful description.
Woo! Da da da! Woo!
Ah, you're back. Caribert's condition is stable. By which I mean he still isn't responding.
Okay.
Anyway, give me the water.
Just imagine, though, making people live for so long and in so much misery that all these people, they almost wish that they were dead, but they can't even die. And they just live forever and ever. Way longer than any human should. What are you doing in this field, by the way?
I need you to stand guard here for a while. Whatever you do, don't let any forest rangers approach the house. Understand?
You know, considering it's been a whole day, where's Dainsleif? And Paimon too, but more importantly, where is Dainsleif? Considering we saw him after we woke up. Like, where did you go? What is happening here? What is happening? Don't think I've forgotten about the sort of horror aspect of this all. We're trapped in like this like memory with this crazy guy who's suffering so much, and his son is suffering too. And I do want to help them. But what is going on here? Okay, your secret's safe with me.
Good. I'll be back soon. The fertilizer won't take but a moment to make.
Okay. I am very curious though. What is the secret behind these mushrooms? It's so suspicious. Monsters, and so many of them. It looks like they're coming for this field. Alright, just like the slimes we saw earlier. So there is something suspicious here. Does watering the field somehow attract monsters? Better fend them off, unless he tells us not to. But we will. Defeat the attacking monsters.
Coming to be. Squall Fury.
Like, I have actually no clue what's going on. And that frightens me. Okay, I'm assuming we either were supposed to do that or weren't supposed to do that.
Was it monsters?
Yep.
Oh, thank goodness you were here. I couldn't have taken them on all by myself. I'd have to hide and wait until they were gone.
Okay.
Oh, yes, I've got the fertilizer. The effects can take some time to kick in, so let's get on with it.
Let's get on with it. Okay, it's pixie dust noise. The elemental energy within starts to take off.
Next, we pick the mushrooms and repeat the same steps as before to make another dose. I trust you still remember the method.
Yeah, I have plenty of lotuses and Samara roses. So, you grow these. Am I supposed to be suspicious of this field and the mushrooms growing in it? Or is this just like some normal thing that he's just making it seem really weird because he's crazy? Like, am I supposed to be suspicious of this? Aire, the medicine's ready.
Oh, sorry. I just, after resting in this field for a while, my thoughts began to wander.
It's okay. You're basically in a prison of your mind, so all you can do is think.
Wary for many years. If only I could fall asleep here in this field and never wake up again.
But though the curse denies you even this, you still love Caribert.
I do indeed. That's why it was just a fleeting thought. Thank you for your help once again. And now, for the final step. Back to the Statue of the Seven.
If you want, I can go pray there for you. Since it does seem to be incredibly distressing for you, and I really don't want you to feel any more distressed. Or, you know, I do have the God of Wisdom right here. I can just have her bless your medicine. Yeah. So here's the thing, though. If you're trying to get the blessing of the gods, shouldn't there be some sort of, like, spark effect from the statue?
Let's begin.
To show that they've acknowledged you? Well, I guess he doesn't know that. Oh no, another hilly trail.
Wait a moment. Hey, what was that? Caribert!
What? He left the house? How do I know it's not another hilly trail? I noticed he was wearing a bracelet, and I never noticed whether other hilly trails wear the bracelet or not. So I wonder if that's how we tell it's him.
Oh no! He must have left while we were too busy preparing the medicine to notice. Come on! We have to catch up with him!
Alright, let's do it. Fortune-mocking pedigree. A lamenter at fate's end. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. This has had very little to do with Kaya, Daneslip, and the Abyss Order up until now. But I'm sure this is all going to wrap up to that somehow in the worst way possible.
That's not Caribert.
There's no silk scarf around his arm. Okay, yeah, I was right then. I did notice a detail. There's no silk scarf around his arm.
Right. Caribert's scarf was a gift I once gave to his mother. I use it now as a marker of sorts. My eyes must be going. How could I not recognize my own son? This decrepit body of mine.
Still, this hilly trail, there's something strange about it. And of course, it was also from Khaenri'ah, so yeah.
Yes. It doesn't seem interested in us in the least. It seems intent on walking in that direction.
Yeah.
Where could it be going?
I don't know, but last time we saw hilly trails doing this, they were going to, you know, the Requiem of the Echoing Depths. You know, they're going to the Upside Down City to die. So, no idea. Let's go have a look, though.
Yes. The more we know about hilly churls, the better.
The better. The Lamenter at Fate's End. This is the path back towards the chasm. Or not, because it seems to be a portal there.
Did it go in here?
Oh no. Yeah, the other side I can see the chasm.
Let's head in.
Unknown Sanctuary. What's a domain? It didn't even let us pick our people. I guess we're already in a domain in the first place. We're in the chasm. This is the music.
What a ghastly place. Has it always existed? I swear I've never noticed it before.
Music from the Upside Down Castle. Look, what are those hilly trails doing?
Huh. It looks like they're worshipping. Sometimes walking, sometimes kneeling in worship, and it appears to be in earnest.
In earnest.
I've never seen anything like this in all my life. What in the world does this place conceal?
More importantly, what is this place?
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah. The air here in this creepy scene, it's eerily familiar. Familiar how, Aether? Familiar to something we've seen on this journey through Tibet? Or familiar to something from before that? A little bit like Enkanomiya too, with all these statues with like the heads broken off. Oh my gosh, I forgot how much I love this music. But it's so creepy and eerie at the same time. This architecture too. I've said it many times, but this is not from Khaenri'ah either. This architecture matches some sort of civilization that existed even before Khaenri'ah. And the Seven Nations. That's... To the... What? Sorry, I didn't read that. What is... Sanctuary something? There was some sort of civilizations before the Seven Nations. I know this is probably not the reason why, but the fact that we've been in a domain this whole time means the Paimon menu is not up in the corner. So we have... I was right. The instant we talked about how much we value Paimon's companionship, we are not in the presence of our friend Paimon at all. There's so much I want to know about Khaenri'ah. Who is the person in the statues? Why are all their faces cut off? Who is the person in the dark statuette too? That the black serpents hold. Something about like... It was somebody addressing their child in the description of that. I wanna know, what is this? What is...
Is this a teleportation device? What energy is powering it?
Can we have more of that instead of like some like brackets, like thoughts with no voice? Because I like listening to the travelers talk, both Ether and Lumine. I want to hear their voices more. They have so many unvoiced lines. How did they end up there?
Coming to be.
Oh yes, the intense version.
I see everything.
Sorry, should I not be using an Archon for this? Maybe I shouldn't be using an Archon for this. I'll use Clay instead. Very fittingly, their voice lines do not play when they open the treasure chests. I would be scared to talk to. I am scared. Except right now, since I'm behind the screen, I'm doing the anxiety thing. I'm talking more because I'm scared. Just to fill the silence that otherwise would be here.
La la la.
This is like the door into Enkanomiya. There's cages up there. Are we trying to get up there to the light source up there?
Hey,
Sorry, I just have it. I should not use Nahida for this. Okay. Whom do you worship? And why?
Following me.
I mean, probably to repent for something. But to whom are you repenting?
Behold.
What am I... Where am I going? What? That was weird. Okay.
The wind rises.
I have to go back through some portal. I see a portal on that side, but like...
Behold.
Do I go through any sort of portal again? No. That has been blocked off.
Too slow. Quit following me.
Alright, well, you know how earlier I said when I did those polls? I was like, okay, this will determine the luck for the stream. Yep, luck is being determined, and it's not necessarily in my favor. Okay, actually, how do I get in there? And where did the hilly trails
Upon
go?
the gale.
Was I supposed to like follow them or something? Like, okay, if I somehow get over there through here, I will. The quest marker is a little bit misleading, even if it is a puzzle. Come on, dude. Can he not climb this? He can't climb this. Okay. I'm clearly missing something pretty obvious.
Swollen fury.
No way.
did I get on the ceiling? Did the room turn upside down? Or gravity itself?
They're asking the real questions here. Now that we're in our, the second upside down city that we've been in.
The wind rises.
Okay, now this is open. And we're in the upside down version. It really
It
is.
seems like I need to find a place to insert the rune.
There's 3 runes. The floor collapses beneath us. Yep. A good thing we weren't standing on it when we did that. Oh my gosh, it's like... Did all the Holy Trails have to go through here too? Oh no, a new Abyss Lector.
Halt, humans! Fate has not granted you the right to enter this place.
An Abyss Herald? No, he doesn't look like someone from the Abyss Order.
Do you insist on an audience?
With whom, may I ask?
Very well. Then I grant you the trial of destiny.
I suppose this is the part where we... Fortune Lector, Secret Keeper of Fate's End.
Come into being!
Okay, I'm gonna use Nahida.
Sharing my knowledge. Raise up the light.
Okay, but as we know, taking out these ones with their health bar is not the hard part. It's taking out their shield bar at the end. There we go. There we go.
Burst forth! Feel this ancient power!
Thankfully I have Klee. Should make this no trouble at all. Klee and Dodoko and Jumpy Dumpty. Oh my gosh. I don't know. When we do quests like this, our adventures on like the Golden Apple Archipelago, for example, and all the fun things with Klee seems like such far away things, which is very ironic because I sense that at some point we will meet Alice, who is Klee's mother, and she will have some sort of connection with all of this cataclysm stuff too. I just know it. Or at least have some knowledge on the matter. So very ironic that our memories of hanging out with Klee just feel like a distant memory.
He was...
Terrifying? I've seen similar characters before.
He was a perfect being. I'm in awe.
Oh. Okay.
He had the most wondrous aura, a perilous yet beautiful power. Oh, truly mesmerizing. And yet, you were able to defeat him. Oh, your strength is greater than I had imagined.
Haha. We're gonna avoid offending him with the first question, and instead try to delve more into getting him to reveal what exactly it is that he found so fascinating about that character. And instead I'll just say, I just have a lot of combat experience.
Let's continue on. I find myself growing more curious by the second and more excited.
Remember, you're still here to go and find information about the hilly trails so you can save your son, remember? But also, the Khaenri'ahs have this sort of perspective of like a perfect being. How does that make them so different than gods? I guess lots of things, because we know firsthand the gods are not perfect beings. There's a lot of these big doors here and mines. You know what? Let's just take a second and appreciate how large this domain is. And how it creates the perfect creepy atmosphere to add on to the fact that I don't know what's going on in here and I'm terrified. This is actually super cool. Like I've said before, I love, even though it's always bittersweet, I love these games with like these like stories of like ancient fallen civilizations. And walking through these ruins just feels like you're walking through like remnants of time gone by. I just want to appreciate how big this area is. And oh, that's the crystal we saw in the trailer. And too bad I cannot take a picture of it with the picture mode. But that is okay.
I think we've made it to the end.
What is that thing? Wrapped in chains, hanging midair, emanating a sinister aura. There's no mistaking it. It's just like the defiled statue. That's right, from like 2 years ago. So it does have something to do with the Abyss Order. And these worshipping helitrolls remind me a little too much of the Grand Thief. That's right. He was curled up in like this like fatal position, as if he had been like bowing there. Yeah, that's right. Like he's dead, but also looks like he's been worshipping there. Aide, this place is bad news. We've got to go. But nah, I think he wants to stay here. Aide?
Oh, dear creature. Why do you bow down? For fear of the unknown? Or for a power that you covet?
Oh no. Whose voice is that? It must be coming from right inside my head. Can't I hear it?
Oh, dear creature. Why do you bow down? For I am no god. I am but a sinner.
A sinner. Khaenri'ahs are sinners. A sinner?
You are like a flower, born in sin, yet pure, spotless. I know your fate well.
I know your fate well.
You need no longer hold back your resentment, nor accept the countless lies. Go forth, become a transcendent one. Rise beyond the fate bestowed upon you. And I shall shed a tear at the end of time, as I gaze back upon your life.
This is very deep. Who in the world are you? What do these words mean? The voice, it's gone. No! Dude, you still need to go back to give the medicine to your son. Aire?
What just happened? When I saw that thing, my heart was instantly at peace. I was overcome by a sense of awe or joy, perhaps.
Please tell me this guy's not about to become an Abyss Lector. Are you alright now?
I am. I feel good In fact, I feel better than I did before I came in here. How peculiar.
Something's not right about this place. We need to get out of here.
Oh, is that so? All right.
If you don't leave, I can guarantee
you
you're never
wish.
going to see your son again. You leave the Okay, we leave the ominous cave and return to Aide's house. Back in Sumeru we go. Whatever that was. But tell me, are we still in the creepy, like, locked
Caribert.
off
Oh, thank goodness.
domain?
He's still okay.
Don't we still need to go to the Statue of the Seven? Why are we back here?
I have a strange feeling that what just happened was meant to be. For this to happen, right at the moment when I was dreading worshipping at a statue of the Seven, it's as if fate was calling to me.
Fate.
You say that I bowed before that thing, so perhaps it might be just as effective.
Alright, I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I don't think bowing before anything is what actually gets you the favor of the gods. The gods or any sort of higher power. I don't think merely bowing before them is enough to get their attention when there's thousands and thousands of humans in this world. So I'm not even sure it works the first time. So it's not even that ridiculous. It's equally ridiculous. Bowing before that thing and bowing before the Statue of the Seven. But sure, if you insist.
I have to try. No matter what, you said it yourself. I have to exhaust all options.
That's cool, bro. Where's Dainsleif? And the music stops.
Caribert.
Papa?
Caribert! Oh, my goodness, it worked! It's a miracle! Oh, Caribert, my dear son!
Oh, this is... I feel this is gonna be really bittersweet, but he's awake! I can't believe it.
You see? It worked! Caribert can speak again!
Where's Mama?
Mama is... Caribert, look at me. Do you know who I am?
Of course. Your Papa.
Yes! Salvation! Sweet salvation! Yes! This is what this feeling is.
This makes me feel even worse about all the... In case I didn't feel bad enough already about all the hilly trails we have to fight. This makes me feel worse. Like hearing a normal human voice come out of a hilly trail. Just as that stark reminder that they actually are humans inside. Oh, that makes me feel kind of awful about all the horrible things that have happened to them and that we might have contributed to.
How do you feel, Caribert? Are you fully awake now?
Yes. It feels like I just woke up from a long, long sleep. I dreamed that I was hiding in a little room. I didn't dare go out the whole time, and I didn't want to either. Wait. My body! What happened to me? Is this me? Papa? What's happened to me?
Don't panic, son. It's just... While you were sleeping, we went into a fairy tale world. There's no more Khaenri'ah here. No more home. But, do you know what that means? No more red sky.
The red sky.
No more end of the world.
The red sky signals so much in this world.
You have to be a little monster, but you get to stay with Papa forever.
Am I dead?
No, of course
Unfortunately.
not.
Because
Look,
that
Caribert,
actually might be
you still have Mama's scarf
more
on your
peaceful
arm.
for you.
That means she's watching over you, protecting you. So how could you be dead?
Really?
Yes, really. You've only just woken up, and this must all be very confusing for you. Just rest here for now. Things will get better. Oh, and, you have to promise me something. Never take off your mask.
Oh, don't say
Understand?
that.
Whatever happens, you mustn't
Never,
take
never
it
tell
off.
somebody to never do
Okay,
something.
Papa.
No,
won't.
no. Never,
I promise.
never tell somebody to never do something. It doesn't work.
Not since that day have I been so glad as I am now. I can't believe this is really happening.
Now I'm convinced this is Lumine's memory. And the reason why is because this must have been what Dane remembered. But he can't remember it anymore because it was so long ago. But this, he said something happened here. There's no way this is taking place in the present. The house was empty when we went there. But he must have remembered coming back to whatever is about to happen right now. Because obviously Dane is not here. But I bet he's about to come back at the worst time. Because after all this talk about fate, and despite the fact that the situation's still horrible, we're at a little peak of happiness here. And we know what kind of video game this is. It's the kind of video game where the story dictates that it only goes downhill from this point on. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
I knew that placing my hope in the Seven was a waste of time. I even worshipped at one of their statues like a common fool. Never before have I humiliated myself like that. Once a murderer, always a murderer. I was naive to think that the gods who conspired against us would ever
I mean,
offer redemption. But the
sure,
god
at
we
this point.
saw in that cave, now that was a truly mighty god. Nothing like one of the Seven.
At least you're acknowledging then that you worship that thing like a god. At least you're not like hypocritical of saying, I don't like gods, except I worship this guy. At least you admit you look at this guy like a god. Oh my gosh, this music is not fitting for this moment right now. So, I know this is supposedly not the Abyss Order yet, as Ether noticed. But are we indicating here that the Abyss Order is some sort of cult? As if we didn't suspect that already.
That wondrous power, it was truly enchanting. Surely that must have been the reason I bowed down.
Very strangely though, Ether
Now
seemed to be unfazed by it.
After one besieges a god, and the god responds by answering their prayers, should they, do something to show their devotion? Piety is hardly my area of expertise. But surely I should honor the god that has honored my wishes.
But Ide, that was not a god, that was a sinner. Well, Ether, I mean, anything that has some sort of power that humans look up to and worship, by the most simple dictionary definition, can be considered a god. Not one of the 7 archons. But we're going to get in a lot of trouble with this very unstable person if we tell him that's not a god, that was a sinner. Because when it's all a matter of perspective, right? The people of Khaenri'ah have been remembered as sinners, even by themselves and descendants like Kaya. But from the perspective of people who worship people in Khaenri'ah, are they sinners? It's all about perspective.
A sinner? Oh, don't be absurd. You don't know a single thing about him. How dare you utter such blasphemy?
Yeah, I knew it.
You and I have both witnessed his divine power. When has the 7 worked a miracle like this before?
I have
Never.
witnessed a few miracles,
He
but
is
I'm
a
also starting to
god,
question my trust in
mightier
them.
than they, and yet you would call him a sinner. Oh, preposterous! No matter. Believe what you will. You cannot shake my face.
So very ironic that the
I
people of
am going
Khaenri'ah...
to pay my respects with or without
Hey,
you.
there's the Varuna contraption over there. Very ironic that the people of Khaenri'ah, a nation formed basically on people who refuse to worship gods. Very ironic that now he's worshipping a god. I mean, the whole reason they left the rest of Tevat to go to Khaenri'ah was to avoid gods in the first place, right? These are supposed to be like a bunch of atheists. So, but yeah, go ahead. Heidi's experience has deeply affected him. Not that he was particularly stable to begin with, but this religious fervor is something else. I guess I'd better catch up with him anyway. There are monsters everywhere. I can't stand by and let him fall into their hands. Okay, what about Caribert? We're just gonna let him stay in the house? Because I don't trust that he's not gonna take his portended fate. I don't trust that he's not going to take his mask off.
Do you live in the fairy tale world as well? My name's Caribert. Nice to meet you.
I'm sure Ella... I have a friend named Ella Musk. I'm sure she'd love to meet you too.
La la la.
La la la, da, da, da. Any semblance of any happy memories. I feel like we are down in a very... We are down the rabbit hole now. And I know Paimon wanted us to talk about something a little happier. But I'm sorry, this is not necessarily a particularly pleasant scenario we've walked ourselves into this time. I mean, it never is when we do these kinds of Archon quests with Dane and Khaenri'ah lore. Like I said, I just feel so far away from the Golden Apple Archipelago right now. It's hard to imagine that they are the same. This is the same game. Hard to imagine that this is the same game. Unknown Sanctuary. Go to the mysterious statue. Well, once again, since we will never be in this domain again, let's just appreciate. Get close to the dwarf resurrection next to the I can't read that fast enough. Maybe I shouldn't. Okay, next time that pops up, I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that from the beginning. I'm reading that starting from the end, so I can just get the other half of what it says. We are so far from the Lantern Rite. We are so far from the beetle fighting competition. We're so far from any sort of silly hangout events that we ever do again. We're in this rabbit hole
Burst forth.
very deeply. We're never crawling out of this until we do, because we have to, you know. Because the people of Khaenri'ah have plenty of time, so we also have to kill time for a whole year. Well, until we find out what happens after this. But until then, let's just find out what happens now.
No. Impossible. What happened?
Yeah, I was just wondering where I was like, this is where the crystal was, right? It's gone, but it was right here.
The Hilly Churl worshippers have disappeared too?
Maybe they...
Was it all an illusion?
Maybe they just moved their worshipping location. We couldn't have both seen the exact same illusion.
That's true. Yes, it can't have been an illusion. I still feel that awesome and wondrous power flowing through my mind and body. It was neither illusion nor coincidence, and certainly no dream. It was a wonder. Yes, a divine wonder.
A divine wonder.
Let's go, traveler. There is surely a reason for its disappearance, and I do believe that someday in the future we shall see it again.
Cool. Where's Dainsleif? Anyway, you're turning into a zealot. Let's just get back.
Could he really have been a sinner and not a god?
Take Aide, who seems to be in a trance back to the small house. I mean, in the end, what is the difference between the gods and the sinners anyway? They've all made mistakes, and they all have awesome power.
Caribert? Where has he gone?
You should never tell somebody to never do something. Oh, never leave the house. Oh, never take your mask off.
Oh, no, no, no. Maybe someone else came by and found him?
Yes. No.
No.
Yes.
No, it can't have been that. There's no sign of a break-in and no sign of anyone having been here.
Maybe he ran off, but why?
This does not bode well. What if he's spotted by a forest ranger or an adventurer in his current state?
Then we have to find him first. There's no time to lose.
Wait a minute. This isn't how we left it.
Oh my gosh, the mirror.
Oh no. Did he?
The mirror. The mirror. I don't really want to see what's in what a Hilly Charles sees in the mirror. But
the mirror, it's broken.
Huh? But hasn't the mirror been broken this whole time? Finally. After how long has it been? Yeah, 2 hours. Finally getting some confirmation that this has to be a dream. This is definitely a dream of a memory in the past. What does this broken mirror mean?
He must have taken his mask off and seen what he looks like beneath it. If he'd just done as he was told. We have to find him.
The mirror. The mirror. Why is it slowly zooming in on the mirror? Look who's outside. Oh, now it's raining. That's great. The mirror is broken now. This is definitely then a dream or some sort of memory of the past. And that's definitely how the mirror got broken. Oh my gosh. What do the Hilly Churls look underneath there? I'm not really sure I wanted to know ever.
It's his scarf. He dropped it.
He took it off,
looks
I
like
think.
we're going the right way. Come on.
I don't know. If he took his scarf off, I don't think you're ever going to find him. Because he's probably going to go with the other Hilly Churls.
Caribert! Caribert!
Oh no, we're going to a body of water. And he's going to look in his reflection in there. And there's forest rangers over there. I say, do you know Tainari? Do you know Kale? Who?
Hey!
I'm gonna...
Who are you? We haven't seen you around here before. What's your business here?
We're just
Have
adventurers.
you seen a hilly churl? A hilly churl should have come past this way. Have you seen it?
I asked you first. Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be.
I said, have you seen a hilly churl?
Please excuse my friend here. He is a little bit losing it. Literally.
Hey, whoa. Look, sir, there's no need to get so worked up. There are hilly churls everywhere. What's the big deal? We see plenty of them out here.
Exactly. Matter of fact, we just took out a few of them back there. Those dumb boneheads.
You.
Come on, let's leave.
Ranger scum! You spawn of the Seven are all the same. I'll have your heads if you so much as laid a finger on Caribert.
You're raving mad! You've got some gall coming here to our nation insulting the forest rangers!
Curse you all, forest rangers.
Stop it, Ide. Or the forest rangers and I will have to make you. Both sides calm down for now, thanks to your urging. We're the mediator here.
I don't get it. Why make such a huge fuss over a few hilly churls? Makes no sense.
Why are we still talking to these people? Can we just go look? Okay, calm down.
He'd only just regained his mind. How could you do this to him? So tell me, forest rangers, did you really spare none of them? Did you?
It's making me feel really bad about all the hilly trails we had to fight over the
Jeez.
years.
You're really not gonna let this go. Fine, you weirdo. If you must know, I happened to cross paths with a solitary hilly churl when I left the team to, use the toilet. I was frightened at first, but it didn't seem to have any interest in me at all. It was just bumbling along in that direction, so I left it alone.
Okay, cool. Thanks. We're gonna leave now.
Yes. Wonderful. Wonderful. Let's go. We have to find him.
Thanks for your help. Tell Tainare we say hi. They're gonna be like,
Wait, you're leaving?
who?
Not even a thanks for the info, goodbye?
Well, just like customer service. Though I would, please, nobody ever be rude to customer service. However, though, I do presume that people in customer service put up with a lot of ungrateful seeming people. Uh-oh.
Quit following me.
Caribert.
Caribert!
We found him.
Caribert, stop! It's me! It's Papa! Whatever you saw, it was all a trick. An illusion. I told you, we're in a fairy tale world now. Nothing here is real. Please, Caribert, come back. It's time to go back.
Has it already worn off? The medicine?
Caribert?
He's not responding. He's relapsed. Maybe to make more of it, I guess?
How could this happen? He regained his mind. He must be able to hear me. Surely.
Maybe to make more of
Come,
it.
Caribert, we have to go home now. Papa's here to take you home, all right?
Hold on. Something's not right with him. What has that strange power done to him? Uh-oh. A fade to black. Cutscene time.
Papa?
Caribert,
Papa, I can't take it.
please, Caribert. It's my fault. I'm so sorry. If only I'd known.
It's all too much. Papa?
I see. I understand now.
I don't. Please explain.
Finally, it all makes sense.
What happened? Did I faint? I remember Caribert taking his mask off, but then... evidently we were brought back here.
Ah, traveler, you're awake. Finally, we can rejoice together. Wait, no. Why am I still calling you traveler? Oh, I have known your true identity for some time now.
Uh-oh. What do you mean, true identity? Wait. I was guessing that this is Lumine's memory. If this is supposed to be Lumine, what do you mean, true identity?
I suspected it was you from the beginning.
Oh, the thunder is not
I had to
making
talk
this
to you to be
feel
sure.
good. I've never met you before.
Oh, of course you haven't. With your status, you can hardly be expected to know all of us. In any case, I've been using a fake name this entire time. Ida is the name of a servant I once had. My real name is Clotar. Clotar Alberic.
Huh? Alberic, you can't... Hang on.
You saw it too, didn't you? Unmistakable, eh? The power inside Caribert and the power of the one you call a sinner. It was one and the same.
Yeah, because you fed medicine that was blessed by that guy's power.
I'm positive now. It's the power of the abyss, isn't it? Oh, at long last, I have seen it with my own eyes.
I didn't. Do tell me what you saw.
That is no business of yours.
So much for you being nice to us then, okay.
A sinner. Yes. Salvation for a sinner can only come from a sinner. Caribert did not deserve his fate, but now it's wonderful. He will be able to weave his own destiny anew.
What do you mean by this?
Born into abject sorrow, he shall now become the Loom of Fate.
Wait! So that's what they meant about Caribert being some sort of important figure in the history. During talking about it during the special program. This whole time I had it kind of the fact in the back of my mind, like they said something about Caribert as a very important character. But this whole time, oh, it's just a kid. A kid with a very, very sad outcome. There's that term again, the Loom of Fate. You're right about this being from the Abyss, but the Abyss is sinister and dangerous. I know, like, a lot of bad things are from the Abyss. I mean, and not just the Abyss Order that we know. Like, what about the forbidden knowledge? What about, like, all these things? But also, I want to know more about Child's master, who also lives in the Abyss. So I guess, like, what is the Abyss even? Tell me.
Sinister. Dangerous. Oh, I never imagined that you, of all people, would deny the
Yeah,
abyss.
and who am I? I've been asking who is Ether this whole time.
We once believed that you would bring new strength and hope to Khaenri'ah. To us, you were the abyss. A wondrous mystery far beyond our imagination and comprehension. And the one who controls the abyss can control everything.
Right.
We yearned for that future. We looked to you to take us there.
Right, who are we again?
But what did you bring us instead?
Oh, right.
Oh, Princess of
I knew it. It is Lumine's memory.
Why did he just call me? Traveler! Hey, Traveler! Traveler!
Well, thank you for letting both siblings have full dialogue. Except kind of not, because Lumine didn't say anything anyway, but...
You're awake! Oh, thank goodness you're awake!
Thank you for letting Ether have full dialogue.
Traveler? Traveler?
It was just a dream.
What happened while you were unconscious?
How long were we
I checked the
unconscious
ley
for?
lines nearby. It appears that the Abyss tampered with them, and they've been in turmoil ever since.
Oh my gosh, that's why. Oh, I knew there was something about the fact that he brought up the ley lines. It's because the ley lines leak memories. And obviously Lumine's memory must be here. And of course, we've already established Lumine has memories, or Lumine is remembered in Irminsul.
Information and memories flow within the ley lines. What did you witness?
The founder of the Abyss Order, Alberic. What happened to him?
You mean Clotar Alberic? After founding the Abyss Order, his faith in the Abyss led him to do a great many things. But the curse of immortality continued to torment his body and mind. And in the end, neither his faith nor the abyss he worshipped could save him. After 100 years, he lost his mind completely and was never seen again. Yet his dark legacy lived on. The defiled statue that we encountered previously was just one perverse product of his use of abyssal power during his life.
And despite that, my sister ultimately sided with him, didn't she?
You could say that. She wouldn't be the Abyss Order's princess otherwise.
That's still... Something's... You gotta... Okay, maybe I should stop pausing this. But he's acting like we were already the Abyss... No, he didn't call us the Abyss Princess. He said we were the Princess of Khaenri'ah. We were the Princess of Khaenri'ah? Lumine was the Princess of Khaenri'ah? Not just the Abyss Order?
Are you alright? You have a troubled look on your face. What happened?
I have the story of a lifetime to tell you. In fact, it is the story of a lifetime. You could say a lifetime could be summed up in it. Dane, I hope this jogs some memories for you too.
So you saw her memories from centuries ago, through your own eyes. It all but defies belief. Still, as I'd suspected, the notion of the Loom of Fate did indeed rear its head during that time.
Sorry, I'm still processing this. I mean, obviously, like, we were in some sort of dream. It's not like we went back. No, Airman still does not have the time for us. Does not have the ability for us to go back in time. So obviously, we didn't like change anything by like being skeptical about the abyss or anything like that in the dream. It was just a dream that we happened to be able to take action in. I am still very confused. What is the Loom of Fate? And what does it have to do with
And
Caribert?
it seems closely connected to Clotar Alberich's son, Caribert, and what happened to him. And yet your sister never breathed a word of this incident to me. I wonder, was that the moment that she decided to go down this path?
Okay, dude, you're gonna need to explain more about this Princess of Khaenri'ah thing. Because, remember Scaramouche said, the jester told me this, like he said, like, I know your sister came because she responded to, like, the summoning or something. And then he said, the jester told me this. He was a royal mage in Khaenri'ah, and he knew her when he was there. So, okay, first of all, I'm piecing together, finally, putting two and two together, that the whole Nara Varuna and Aranara thing must have happened after she'd already spent time in Khaenri'ah. Which is... It's hard to imagine going from all, like, the darkness stuff to hanging out with Aranara, but okay. And then going back to darkness stuff. How did she become the Princess of Khaenri'ah? I mean, like, is this, like... And the other thing I need to figure out, is the royalty of Khaenri'ah, like, some kind of... Like, is it, like, based off of bloodline and, like, the purity of, like, their bloodline with the star-shaped eyes and everything? Or is it some, like, sort of elected position? I want to know what she thought of all this. But one thing is clear. This was not a happy memory.
Indeed. Clearly, this series of events sparked a long period of deep contemplation. This was where it all began.
Yes. Oh, I almost forgot. There's something I need to check.
What is it?
I don't really want to know what's buried in this field anymore. I'm genuinely scared he has, like, bodies buried down there or something. Okay, alright. I need to know what lies buried in this field.
The field? What does that have to do with
Ignorance is
anything?
not going to help me. It grew the weird mushrooms. What is in
You
here?
mean here? Well, let's start digging and see.
You scared the Duke out of Paimon! Did you
Oh.
bury them yet?
Oh, no. Because if Paimon's scared, that's likely the same reaction I'm gonna have when I find out what is in there. Please tell me it's not dead bodies. We're done. You can open your eyes now.
A male and female skeleton buried together.
Oh my gosh.
Interestingly, the male skeleton appears to have been interred much later, and it's holding a silk scarf in its hand.
It's
But
a
what
dead
does this
body.
mean? And how did you know that there were bodies buried here?
I knew there was bodies buried there. The instant Paimon said it, there's nothing looks like it's ever been grown in this field. Because I'm thinking to myself, if there's nothing even grown in this field, why does it look... It doesn't look like it's been tilled. It looks like there's lumps in the ground. Like you dug like a dirge. And how did I know this? Well, at the time, there must have only been one body buried there. That's why he didn't want to talk about... He didn't want to talk about his wife. I think the bones of that man belong to Clothar Alberic.
What? That's impossible.
Why is that impossible?
Unless Clothar Alberic finally found a way to rid himself of the curse.
You're right. Perhaps he did.
This all raises far too many questions. I need time to think. And to search my memories.
Why does
for
growing
some
mushrooms
missing
out of a
pieces.
dead body
We
give
should
you
part
special
ways here.
mushrooms?
Huh? You're just gonna leave?
Well, tell us about the fact that she was... Tell us about Lumine when she was in
It's better
Khaenri'ah.
that we split up for now. I think that he might have seen you.
Who?
Who's he?
You mean the voice that I heard inside my head?
Yes. I have my suspicions as to his identity, but I need to confirm some
Oh,
other
no,
details before I
don't
can be
say
sure.
that.
If the time is right, I will tell you when we next meet.
But what do you mean that he saw the traveler? How is that possible?
Yeah, it's just a memory. It all happened hundreds of years in the past.
I fear that while these things would limit anyone else, they are no obstacle to him.
What? Why? What is he?
A sinner.
All right, let's leave it there. Get some rest.
I don't
Goodbye.
think I'm gonna sleep tonight after knowing that.
There goes Dane. And just like that, it's back to being the two of us again, huh?
Oh, Ether's smiling. I'm so glad he got to talk. Not only that, I'm so glad he got to talk in a cutscene again. I don't think we've seen that since, like, the opening cutscene. Oh, Paimon, one more thing.
What is it?
I missed you.
Huh?
Aww. I'm leaving this field now. Get me out of here. It's getting too slow, too slow. We need to leave. Like, yeah, there's many brave sights in Teyvat. But that, okay, I'm never gonna, that place does not make me feel comfortable at all. Look, I knew the instant Paimon said, oh, it looks, we're talking about, oh, it looks like a field, but Paimon's like, actually, it doesn't look like crops have ever grown here. And the first thing I thought is, oh, okay, dead bodies. But I thought, no. Not in Genshin Impact. I mean, yes, they've done some pretty gory stuff in terms of, like, not showing it, but, like, the description of, like, what, like, say, like, the Tori did to Niwa and those kind of things, they've gone down a dark route. But that's a bit... But, like... It's... There were bodies in there, and like I said, it added to the horror element. I was still thinking about that when we got to the part where everything was quiet and we were just kind of doing this all by ourselves, and I realized, oh, this is like a domain or something. And we were standing in the middle of the field, and I'm like, you know, suddenly I don't really, I like the idea of these being bodies less and less. Not that I liked it at all, but now if there is dead bodies in there, it's This is not a good time for this adding to the atmosphere, if you know what I mean. Alright. So as with every Archon quest of this nature, we are always left with more questions than we got answered. What did we get answered? Okay, let's review. What did we have answered here? Kaya admitted that he has heritage from Khaenri'ah. We learned that Alberic is the family name of the Abyss Order's founder. In which case, I very much hope that the reason why Kaya's father left him in Mondstadt was to get him away from all of this, considering the kind of grim origins we have here. What else did we learn? We learned who Caribert is, because it was hinted that Caribert was going to be a very important character in the history, especially the fact that, you know, like a chapter named after him, and also what they were kind of alluding to in the special program, something important. We got to see Dane interact with Kaya, which is great. I'd love to see him interact with more of our friends, like, you know. Like, there's a few characters that have some sort of connection to either Khaenri'ah or the Abyss. Like, even, like, subtly, like Albedo, you know, his master's from Khaenri'ah, originally. Child, his master is from the Abyss. He went to the Abyss. He trained in the Abyss and then came out. And someday I hope we meet both of those characters. We also, I don't know if Alice has anything to do with the Abyss or Khaenri'ah, but she definitely lived during that era. So she knows information that she's not, and she has not appeared in the game yet, besides her voice, so. Well, this chill Sumeru music is usually makes me feel really happy, but somehow it just felt really unsettlingly unfitting during the duration of that entire Archon quest. Like I don't want to say I would have preferred, like, horror music, because that just would have made things more creepy. But at the same time, the fact that it's like this, like, bright and cheery music happening here, while, like, this very dark stuff is happening, does not feel, it just felt very off, and in its own way felt very unsettling. The Loom of Fate. The Loom of Fate. Hang on. The Loom of Fate. Hang on. Did we learn anything about the Loom of Fate now? No. Not only that, they haven't updated this in years. The Traveler's character story. The story is still talking about the Animal Archon. Yet there was something that you did not see, for as the dragon fell to the abyss, a certain figure had been reflected in its eyes, the one who rules the Abyss. She had once traveled with you, and you had once crossed many worlds together. Alright, so it's no Loom of Fate story, no character story 3, 4, 5. We've known for a while that Lumine is the Abyss Princess. But there's a distinction there between the Abyss Princess and Princess of Khaenri'ah. How did she get such a title? Okay, you know what? Hang on.
Once, there was a glorious kingdom established among the heavens. From that kingdom came a crowned heir, tasked with seeking out the Genesis Pearl from the Kingdom of Darkness. The first crowned heir began her journey of seeking the pearl. But she was deceived, and the memory of her noble origins faded. She now believed that she was the queen of the Kingdom of Darkness. But take heart. A second crowned heir had already taken up the path where the first had stumbled. This is the story of your journey, of your tale to be told.
Okay, first of all, that plays for the battle pass. The battle pass seems like such a far away thing from the story
You think
here.
I've got a sharp tongue?
Yeah, not the time,
I
dude.
just tell it like it is.
Yeah, you tell it like
If
it is.
someone can't handle it,
The fact that we were walking
maybe
over
that's
like
their problem.
a graveyard over there and had no confirmation of that. That cutscene still does not make any sense in terms of like what is this referring to? What is this referring to? But with every step, like it says like there was like a crowned heir sent to seek out the Genesis Pearl, but she lost memories of her noble origins and became the Queen of Darkness. Now what I'll notice is at the very beginning, Dane made a very clear distinction that Lumine is the Abyss Princess. And Paimon said, well, I guess if she's a leader, she'd be the queen, wouldn't she?
The rainforest is the best place to live.
But that story talks about a queen of darkness, not a princess. And I don't know. I don't feel like that video is referring to Lumine and Ether, but there's some sort of things that sort of line up, but not exactly. Like, I'm almost wondering if like this is like some sort of like fate repeating itself sort of thing, or something. I don't know. I have no idea. And now I'm going to wait a whole year again to find out anything more on this saga. Well, not exactly. I mean, we get little hints here and there. Oh my gosh, you know what? I'm gonna have to go back and read the thing that Kaya hid in like the wall during like the Hidden Strife event, like the lore about the Albrecht clan. And said this isn't, we don't keep like written histories, but here I'm gonna write this down, and there was like this lore.
Quit following me.
And it said something about like usurping like the kings or like the ruler or something, their clan.
I think I'll start with these questions.
Let's start with these questions. Yeah, I guess we don't know what the Loom of Fate is, but if we did, I mean, we don't know what the Loom of Fate is. We don't know what the Loom of Fate is, still. And the fact that apparently Ether passed out the instant that Caribert, something happened to Caribert, shows that if Caribert is the Loom of Fate, we're not going to know exactly what the Loom of Fate means for a while still. The rainforest is the best place to live, but please don't go over to that house over there. Oh gosh. Juana's healed. Okay, yeah, Dia's story quest is there. Yay. Oh, look. Can unlock Farazan's hangout now. I'm not gonna do that at the moment. I'm not exactly feeling well after what just happened there. Like I'm feeling like I'm gonna be up all night again. Hopefully, I have a feeling I will not be as emotionally distressed as I was from Inversion of Genesis, but this is still very, very disturbing. Anyway, I think we all need time to process. Okay, I will end off the video here.
I think I'll start with these questions.
I think we'll start with these questions. Okay. I don't know what video will come next, Dia's Story Quest or the Windbloom Festival, but it'll be Dia's Story Quest or the Windbloom Festival. And maybe we will, I don't know when I will talk about this ever yet.
Relax.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I was right about it being Lumine's memory without putting together the thing about the ley lines. And I can't believe that I was right about it being dead bodies. That's right, we need to figure out why did the strange mushrooms grow out of the soil where he
There's no such thing as pure
buried his
freedom in
wife
this world.
there?
Even the wind cannot blow on forever.
I think I'll start with these.
Like, I knew there was something. Like, as soon as I see something with the strange mushrooms and like, oh, don't pique your curiosity or whatever, I'm like, okay, you have something very disturbing buried under there. I know it. And it's probably dead bodies. I'm not putting together, though, how that creates magic. Literally magic mushrooms. I'm gonna call it a night. And who buried him? Who buried him next to his wife? Was it Caribert? Where is Caribert now? What happened to him? What is the Loom of Fate? Oh, it's all cycling back to me asking what is the Loom of Fate. Okay, good night. We're ending this off now. Before it gets any more distressing, I'll see you later. Bye.